What's going on, Solid Steppers? Keep stepping. What's up, Tech the Titans? This is Miss Ward coming to you from 75 South. I'm currently leaving Valdosta, Georgia. Hanging out with my mom. Had customers there this morning too, but just wanted to say what's up. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. I don't even know where to start. I'm gonna just keep it 100. So I'm gonna talk about the first thing on my heart. So let's ride, and I need y'all to rock with me. We right now wrapping up the first quarter of the year, right? Y'all need to check on y'all people. It's a lot of people out here that's not doing well. They dealing with some silent struggles, and it's called listen and we don't judge. Because I'm telling you, I got some people on my heart. I spoke to them. They all trying to have a brave face on, but it's okay. Miss Ward's still here for you. Because guess what? Miss Ward know what that's like. I've been there. I find myself there, throughout the year, sometimes throughout the week. And a lot of time it's all mental, Yeah, we going to hit some rough patches, but you made it this far. God has brought you this far, so guess what? How you going to give up? God didn't give up, and that's basically how I see it. I mean, I'm not trying to make light of anyone's situation, but if you got in it, you can get out of it. The key is to get out, stay out, and continue to elevate. And thank God for the lesson, because there's never a loss. There's always a lesson. And, people always say take stumbling blocks and turn them into stepping stones. All that stuff is true, but it all goes back to your mindset, your circle of influence, the distractions you have in your life, the things you focus on, things of that nature. You got to stay vigilant. And you got to understand that you were chosen and you are the one. Like, you got this. You know what the kids say? I'm him, I'm her. Hey, that's how you got to be about it. It doesn't matter where you are in life. We all have situations. And it's just like I was telling one of my coaching students. I said, the whole purpose of going through stuff is to build up your muscles, your mental muscles, your intellectual bandwidth, your ability to deal with whatever's happening and to convert it into a phenomenal winning situation. At the end of the day, you got to first thank God you survived it, that you still 6 feet above ground. A lot of people walk around worrying about him, her, that, them, and everything else, and talk about how the world is doing this to them. Their mama did this, their daddy did that, and I'm not making light of any of those traumatic experiences that have shaped your view of the world. And this coming from one of the most antisocial. Yeah, I got a YouTube channel, but the reason I do this is because I'm not that kind of people person. In my earlier life I was, and it took so much out of me, just the energy and the effort to support people in their dreams when they didn't believe in themselves. Do you know how hard it is to push somebody up the hill that's so they mentally are destroying themselves, like they are sabotaging their own lives? And I always try to speak life into people, because I understand a lot of people wasn't even raised with it. Like, they don't even know what that is. They looking at you cross-eyed, like cross-eyed. Like, prime example, last week I finally slowed down long enough to get my windshield taken care of on my Toyota, and it was just, I should have been did that, but hey, it is what it is. When I'm on that paper chase, I'm on that paper chase. I'm focused. I can care less about the windshield. But I went ahead and got it done last week, and I explained to the gentleman from Safe Light that came out that the guy previously, the year before, was a nice guy, but he didn't do a good job because I had some leaks afterwards. But because I'm a tech by trade and my background's automotive, I was able to resolve that myself. So I explained that to him. He was very kind, patient. He listened to the old lady gripe, bitch, and moan. So, points for him, having the tolerance, because I can imagine he walks into so many situations. Pleasant young man. So when he finished, I said, hold on 1 second. I got a little tip for you. So I gave him a $100 tip. Now, whenever I tip somebody, so we're clear, I pray before I tip, because you don't know what people are going through. And I ask God, what is the appropriate amount that I need to bless this person with? Because God blessed me to the point I could give it away and not be phased. Because see, that's what y'all don't understand. When they talking about tithing in the body, in the Bible, they talking about your time, everything, everything you have, not just your money. So, I spoke great words to the guy earlier, told him he did a great job, and I tipped him. And a lot of people don't put their money where their mouth. That's something I can't stand. I cannot stand these people out here clout. Like, prime example, last week I was listening to one of my favorite mentors. She was going off on her channel, and I gifted like $70 worth of memberships because I don't talk about it. I do it, and that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It don't have to be money, but you can share time, you can share knowledge, and even when it feel like it's going on deaf ears, do your part and walk away. You ain't got to brag about it. And out of that thing, I think maybe 1 or 2 people, because I think it was I think it was like 70 memberships or something, because it was weird. I don't know. I don't really know how that part of YouTube works. But I know a lot of people got them, and I'm blessed that they got them, and I hope they use it to their advantage, because the young lady gives out, shout out to Erica Williams from Classic Climb. I've watched this young lady mature from a young woman to a grown-ass woman, handling her business and weathering storms in front of us with no shame, because this is how you not only get better, but the fact she's still standing, salute. So, if y'all ever want to get any financial game, money management game, and just where to invest, and I'm not just talking about stocks, but I'm just talking about land, other businesses, things of that nature, you really want to watch her channel. Another one is David, the retail trader. He used to be Diamond Dave. Another guy I watch all the time. And I'm going to just basically tell y'all who I watch. I watch Women in Linux, Tamika Reed, because invaluable information. She talks about the IT industry, focusing around Linux and how to be a Swiss Army knife, which is something I strongly believe in, having all the facets to dominate in your area. This is what I talk about on this channel, that you get into appliance repair, you need to get seal systems. You need to understand how to handle seal systems and R600. Don't run away from all the things other people are afraid of, like LG and Samsung, because what it will do is it will give you bargaining chips that will allow you to have a much more larger reach, but also a more profitable return. It's called return on investment, and this is why I recommend these channels. If you watch David the Retail Trader, if you watch Women in Linux, Tamika Reed, and if you watch, and that's David W. Williams, by the way, let me put some respect on that name, and Erica Williams over at Classic Climb, let me tell y'all something. If you don't, I'd be binge watching them and getting the game. Because when I tell you they drop enough where if you take meticulous notes and actually research and dig, you can come up real good. And you can come up in silence, which is my favorite way to come up. I don't share 99% of the stuff I do, because for what? Like, it's things I'm doing right now, and I was talking to some of my people at the round table, and I basically don't talk about it because until I see it through, I don't like to recommend or tell. I have learned the hard way. You recommend some stuff, and because of your skill set and mindset, I was able to take it and run and make a lot of, changes and advance. That don't mean that's going to be the same for someone else, because it depends on where they are in their journey. And you can't get mad if you're not investing the time into your journey. And that's what I talk about all the time. You got to be willing to invest the time to get to a certain level. And then when you get to the level, you can't stop. See, a lot of y'all get a little bit of something. And when I say a little bit of something, I'm talking about a little bit of something, and y'all stop. I know people who, get to $1 million and stop. And I'm a firm believer, that ain't no money. You need to, because see, the problem, what people don't understand, say you get to $1 million, can you sustain that? Can you every year go to 1.2, 1.6, 1.8, 2.0? Like, you gotta put systems in place, because when you get to a certain level, like, you look at me with my business, I can easily do by myself between 350 and 700,000. by myself, literally. But that's not all profit. That's parts, that's expenses, that's everything it takes to run this business in the right way, and to have the reach that I have, and to have access to work when other people don't, because I plotted it accordingly. Like, I'm constantly absorbing data, and I used to say this in my earlier videos all the time. I'm always gathering data, because the data is the way you make your moves, and you make them because the trends always show themselves. Like, when you look at the stock market, or you look at certain things, those are what we call lagging reports, meaning they are reacting to the news or the situation or the sentiment. They ain't spot on when it happened. That's why if you're going to get into the stock market, you need to understand technical analysis. You need to understand how to read financial pages and documents, and you need to stay on top of this. Like, you can't sleep on this, which means you need to get your intellectual bandwidth together, because you better learn how to read, and not read just to read, but read to comprehend, understand, and apply. That right there is a game changer. And it don't matter what industry and what field and what you're doing. If you can read, comprehend, and apply, and execute, oh my God, done. And that goes in every area of life. Say you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to get a workout program that you can change as a lifestyle change, something you can do on a daily basis. You getting the work in, and you getting the reps in, all the way from what you ingest as far as whole foods and things of that nature, organic products or stuff you grow in your own backyard like I do. At the end of the day, you still light years ahead of the game. Like, I'm one of these people that I am so holistic. I believe you can reverse anything you have, because I feel the body is built to heal itself. But I feel like we invite so many toxins mentally, spiritually, and physically that we ingest that it ain't gonna happen, because you trifling. Like, you came here okay, guess what? And you can leave here okay. But you gotta make the decision in between those 2 points to live the kind of life that will afford you to enjoy your life pain-free, stress-free. And that's what I do. I don't allow nothing in my life. When I tell you nothing, and people are like, how did you get to do it? It's because I stopped looking for outside validation. I stopped expecting, outside influences to affect how I feel and how I eat and what I do. No. I am responsible for me, and the decisions I make, I can stand on them. A lot of people can't do that, but it ain't my situation. I'm just on YouTube talking to y'all, sharing my personal experiences, because one thing I do know is that a lot of us don't have a North Star. We don't have anywhere to go. We don't have any leadership. We don't, we weren't raised in a structured, disciplined environment, because, maybe your parents or the village was so busy trying to survive. The mere fact you was eating and breathing, they was like, okay, you better, this is what you need to do. But they doing something completely opposite. Like, people don't understand. I'm a firm believer that dysfunction begets dysfunction. And until people understand how real that is, ain't nothing to play with, bro. It ain't nothing to play with. You will never, ever grow in your life till you address your traumas and you deal with them and you heal the little girl and little boy within. I know y'all be like, woo, woo, woo. I don't give a damn. I'm going to speak the truth, because somebody better say it. You'll never say you didn't hear Miss Ward tell you. And this is from experience. I find out so many things. Like, I look at my relationship with my mom. For many years, I didn't really speak with my mom. I really didn't, because, becoming an adult, I never understood as a child some of the decisions she made. And as an adult, when I started to, have the responsibility of children in my own life, I really didn't understand. And then as I got older and got to know my mom and understood she did the best she could with what she had. So you'll hear people say that and you think they just saying it. Just like your ignorant ass out here doing the best you know, and you making mistakes every day. You setting yourself back 10, 20 years and don't even know it, because you don't know. It's that real. You don't know what you don't know. That right there, this is why when people say ignorant is bliss, I ain't lying. Ignorant is bliss for some people, because with Google, Chat, GPT, and in-depth study, you can find anything you want. You better find it before it go, because I'm telling you, the way looking, you might not have access to nothing in America. You're going to have what they want you to have. So if you don't have your own situations in place and you haven't stored up and absorbed and grabbed, that's why I have books. I have what I need to have. I ain't perfect, but let me tell you, I realize that I don't know a lot of stuff, and I realize that I thrive off of learning and expanding my mind, my intellectual bandwidth, because you got to be able to problem solve. You got to be able to take an issue and not get stunted by it. You know, I'm probably one of the messed up people that, you know, the harder it is, the more excited I am, because it forces me to stay in my bag. You know, there's some people who can naturally turn it on, turn it off. I'm not one of them people. I have the more difficult it is, the more it triggers my level of execution and expertise, because I'm alert. Like, okay, oh, this is what we doing. Let's get it. I'm one of them. You know, and that just comes from where I come from. But at the end of the day, you have to learn how to meter so many things and measure so many things. And it comes back to, you're responsible for you. Whatever you're investing, you need to understand, look at your ROI. I don't give a damn what it is. And you really need to look at those relationships. Like, I reached out to someone that was really supportive in my early beginning, and I've been worried about him because I haven't heard about him. I haven't heard from him. And I reached out because, you know, people go through, if they like me, you know, if they going through something, they don't even want to talk to nobody. They just want to kind of go in their hole, go to work or whatever we doing every day and grunt through it. Because that's what we know. We know that ain't nobody coming to save us. We know that, people say they got you, but they really just want to talk about you or spread your business. And that's a real delicate place to be. So the real ones, I'm always trying to be there for them, but give them room to grow and heal and go through what they're going, but also letting them know that somebody out here really give a damn about them, no strings attached. And that's why when I said in the beginning about checking on your damn people, please check on your people, because we losing a lot of people that really don't have to go. And I personally feel prematurely, just because they are still dealing with trauma that they just can't get past. Great people, but they got trauma that just won't let them be great, and they don't know how. They stuck in that child space, or that space that happened to them as a child or whatever, and wherever that trauma happened, their emotional development like really stopped. People don't understand that there's so many people, their development, ability to problem solve, ability to deal with difficult situations and not absorb it and take it personal or make it personal, all that stopped when those things happen. So now as an adult, you address those things from that child space. People don't understand, like, when you see grown ass people throwing tantrums, trust and believe that is some undeveloped situations and unresolved situations they need to address, like yesterday. And because they're a surrounding and the people in their corner coddle them, they're gonna stay that way till them people disappear and they gotta deal with life on their own. I'm just saying, that's why I stay away from them. I can't, because I am not your mama. I'm not here to re-raise grown folks. But I know it, because I've seen it in spaces in my own life. That's why I can talk about it. Am I perfect? No, I just stay away from my damn kryptonite. If I don't like you, and I know I don't like your energy, I'm not going to be around you, because I'm not playing with you. I'm going to hurt your feelings, and I'm going to tell you the truth, because when it come out the past, nobody will say Miss Ward didn't open her mouth. Because at the end of the day, it's some stuff out here that just should not be happening. And I want no parts of it. And I let people know, no, I'm good. I'm going to let you run with that. And let's see how it work out for you. At the end of the day, I still got love for you. But do you, because Miss Ward is damn sure doing her. Everything I'm doing, I can stand on and stand on it. And everybody I coach, they know I'm hardcore. I'm a straight shooter. But it's all out of love, because if I don't tell you and I don't express, and you go out here and get your ass kicked and come back and say you didn't know, it's not that I didn't prepare you. No, you didn't take heed. which is fine because I expect you to go out here and learn on your own. I just want you to be prepared for whatever happens so you can rebound. It's just that simple. We all do it. People told me stuff my hard-headed ass had to find out. So, hey, ain't no slight to nobody. I'm just telling you like it is. So at the end of the day, check on your people. And most of all, check on yourself. Take care of yourself. Keep your mental in order. And constantly move towards your goals. Because you're not just meant to win. You won just by getting up this morning. Trust and believe. Miss Ward is signing off. Love you guys to death. Just want to have a little pep talk. That you know I'm thinking about you, and you know I want you to win. Solid steppers, what we do. Keep stepping. And take the Titans. See you at the top. Let's go get it.